Let's see how to enter dowels in CYPE Connect to solve a connection with the timber element. To do this, once the node has been created, we select it in the table on the left-hand side of the interface and edit the connection by clicking on the corresponding button at the top. In the Connection pop-up window in the Model tab, we must specify the operations needed to define the connection. In this example, an adjustment has been made to timber beam B1 and a plate welded to steel column C1 has been added. Now we're going to enter the dowels that allow the connection between the plate and the timber beam to be solved. To do this, we open the timber menu in the top toolbar and click on the dowels option. In the first drop-down menu, we select whether the dowel connects a single timber element and a steel element, or two different timber elements and an intermediary steel element. Then, on the right, we select the timber element and the steel element from those available, either a section or a plate. In this case, it is beam B1 and plate 1. Below is a table where we define the number and position of the dowels. To define the position of the dowels manually, we click on Add and enter the X and Y coordinates with respect to the local coordinate origin of the element. With the tools at the top, we can copy, delete, move, or delete all the elements in the table. We also have a tool to generate the dowels automatically. The help image that appears when clicking on it displays the local axes of the element, with the x-axis in red and the y-axis in green. In the different fields, we can type in the number of rows and columns for the dowels, the initial spacing between rows and columns, as well as the spacing between each row and between each column. Then, we define the dowel type. By clicking on the button on the right, we can select the series and diameter from those available. We click Accept to confirm. If desired, we can select the button with the name of the series and the diameter to modify their properties. These include the series and nominal diameter references. We can also modify the values for the diameter of the thread and the available lengths. In the following section, we specify the dowels material. In the same way, by clicking on the button on the right, we can select a material from those available and then we click Accept. If desired, by selecting the button with the material name, a window appears where we can modify its reference, description, modulus of elasticity, yield strength, and fracture limit. Finally, we define the space between the dowel and the steel element, and the space between the dowel and the timber element. From this point, once the model is finished, we can continue our work by carrying out the analysis from the corresponding tab.